My name is Kaysha, and this is my story about how I became unfucked.
Can you share a moment that was a turning point for you that made you change your life's direction? Is there like a pivotal moment in time that made you realize you don't want to be fucked anymore?
Yeah, I was about 24 years old. I was living in Washington State, where I was born and raised. I had just got off parole at 24 years old, and I was still doing everything I had started from the age of, 12 years old. I was just on a path that was leading me into my grave. And I had an opportunity to come to California with a one-way ticket and leave all my disgusting past behind me and start over. So I came here, and that's how I started my new life and my new journey. And that's basically the way I got here.
What was your lowest point? Do you have like a time that you recall being like the bottom?
I guess around the same time, cause I come from a family of all addicts and alcoholics. We all suffer from the same addiction. I had been fortunate enough to like see the other side of sobriety, or just not like killing myself on a daily basis, because I had gotten into the system at a young age. And every time they would pick me up and like put me in an institution, I was like at ease. I was grateful, like maybe I have a chance at staying alive today, because my parents and my family, like, they weren't living like that. And when I was off parole, like I said, I didn't have that anymore. I didn't have someone to come pick me up and put me in a safe spot. I had to do it myself. And when I had that opportunity to come here to California, I was like, let's do it. Let's get unfucked. So I came here and I was able to meet everybody I know today and learn a different way of life.
In what ways did your struggles shape the person you are today?
So just like knowing that there's life to live instead of existing in a fucked up way. Just knowing that there's a different way to live, and like seeing this beautiful opportunity in front of me every day, like waking up and there's a beach like 5 minutes away. There's people that are actually doing stuff with their lives. Like, I have that opportunity too if I want it. I don't have to identify as a drug addict or an alcoholic or any of those things. I can identify as Kaysha today, and that's like a true blessing. I've gotten the opportunity to be a mom to 3 amazing boys, and I get to wake up every day and be proud of myself for just giving birth, giving life, you know what I'm saying? Instead of taking my life on a daily, I got to give life, and I get to be there every day for life and show up, not only for my babies, but for everybody, and including myself.
Looking back, was there a piece of advice or a message you received during your darkest times that helped you see a glimmer of hope? Was there something that someone said to you that stuck with you?
I mean, not really in Washington. It was kind of a dark place where everybody just didn't know a different way to live. I think it actually happened when I got to California. And I went to a place where I was literally sitting in a room of convicts, gang members, any type of gnarly person that you could think of was in that room. But the way that they were carrying themselves was like a glimpse of hope that like you don't have to live like that anymore. And like seeing people like that just gave me hope that I don't have to live like that anymore. And there's a better way to live.
It's more of like what you saw than like someone like was in your ear while you were loaded. It's more of like you got here, saw, and all these people and how they're acting and how they treat each other despite their past.
Yes, like treating each other, carrying themselves, what they're doing with their lives, like all of it. All of it. Living life.
It's so true. at your lowest point, did you have a support system? If so, what role did they play? Like, did you have a support system? And if not, how did you navigate that by yourself without any help or support?
So not to throw anybody under the bus, but like that's the sad part is like I didn't have a support system. My support system was let's do more gnarly shit to ourselves and kill ourselves on a daily. Like that was my life. Like the people that I was surrounded with that were supposed to take care of me and love me and be there for me, like couldn't even take care of themselves. So I literally had to fend for myself. I would consider myself a survivor. I feel like I'm kind of fortunate today to have that because I feel like it's made me a stronger person. It's made me like fight for what I really want in my life and be a go-getter. And like I'm just trying to show that is something that is possible. Like, you know, we don't have to depend on other people or wait for other people to do what we want to do. We can do it ourselves. And that was my choice. You know, I'm not saying like it's always cupcakes and rainbows, because it's not. Fucking life is shitty, you know? And even though like I chose to have a different lifestyle than a lot of the people I used to surround myself with or my family or whatnot, I still had to walk through some shit. Like, my 15-year-old brother was killed in a car accident in 2021 from drinking and driving. And he was the one driving. And instead of, you know, pulling that poor me, like, pity card, like, I talk about him today. Like, I carry on his memory. When he's brought up, I like to talk about him and not get sad and make it awkward, because I feel like obviously like he had a purpose, you know, to go to where he went. And I'm super stoked that I had the opportunity to get all that time with him and be that influence for him. And he was the best uncle to my children, and I was the best sister I could be. And so like that, like things like that, like, and I'm not the only one that's gone through some shit like that. Like we all go through it on a daily. And, you know, like, yeah, I suffer from this disease of addiction, but at least I haven't had, like my grandpa, for instance, he had multiple sclerosis. He didn't have the opportunity to live or die from that disease. This disease, I've actually had the opportunity to make that choice. So I don't know. I kind of like think like that sometimes and feel grateful. And yeah.
What role did forgiveness play in your process of moving forward and unfucking yourself?
I guess, so for me, like, my relationship with my family, has been very hard, like I said before, because we all struggle from the same thing. However, I know that I love everybody, including my family, for who they are, not what they've done. Disease or no disease, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't define who we are as a person. And I think like that of myself. That's why I forgive myself. And I think of that like that for others as well. So I'm not a grudge holding person. I don't live my life like that. I don't care what you do to me. I'm gonna move forward no matter what. Like, because life is too short. Like I just said, 15 years old. He doesn't, you know, he's not here anymore, and he only lived 15 years. So if I'm gonna just walk around and be angry at the world, like, I'm gonna have a shitty life. I don't want that. I don't want to be fucked. I want to be unfucked. So, yeah.
So great.
Yeah.
Have you encountered a test of your sobriety, and how did you push through it and not cave to that?
I guess. So for instance, I just had knee surgery in April. I tore my ACL and my meniscus on my dirt bike. Cause I get to do cool shit like that these days, you know? And, anyways, when it had surgery for that, obviously, and, they wanted to give me pain meds, and I told them, like, no, I'm sorry, I can't do it. which is a huge change because in the past I would have totally said like, yeah, bring it on. Like, I'll take whatever you got. But I don't want to keep going down that path and that road and like end up back at the same place, you know? Like, I got shit to do these days, and I got a life to live, and I got 3 healthy, amazing boys that look up to me, and I have to be there for them, and I want to be there, and I get to be there. So yeah, that's a recent situation right there.
Perfect. How do you motivate yourself to keep going? You have the gnarliest, you do so much in a day with your family and your workouts, and you get so much done in a day. How do you motivate yourself to keep going and keep living your best life?
Celsius's? Just kidding. Yeah, Celsius, a lot of caffeine. No, for real, I actually think about like how I feel after the fact that I accomplish stuff. Sometimes I'm a people pleaser, but I'm really a Kaysha pleaser. Like, I know what my results are gonna be, and I know if I push forward and don't give up and just keep telling myself like, you're almost there, like the results are amazing. Whether that's working out, getting my grocery shopping done for all my children, cooking, going to work, anything, like hanging out with a friend, following through with hanging out with people that I'm saying I'm gonna do. Like, it's just it's a good feeling to have that, you know, follow through. Yeah.
So in reflecting on how far you've come in your life, how do you now see those low points in your life, and what significance do they hold to you now? If they do at all, do you hold on to like some of the lows, and what do they mean to you now compared to at the time?
I don't really try to dwell on the past a lot, honestly. The work I'm at now, like, it's at a bar, restaurant. I'm a bartender and a server, and like, for instance, the other night, like, one of the guys was talking about like what he used to be like, and like it was kind of like similar to my story, and I just kind of sat there and like didn't say anything, you know, because I don't have to pipe up anymore. I don't have to chime in. I don't have to prove myself. I don't have to go back in time and like relive those moments. Like, I don't live like that anymore because I don't. Sorry, there's hair everywhere. I don't like to bring up those moments because I chose not to live like that anymore for a reason. I like the way I live now. But don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna forget where I came from, like 100%, like, because that will definitely take me back if I forget where I came from, like 100%, you know. And I know, and I'm aware that I could go back at that moment at any time, but I just gotta stay like in the now and like be grateful for what I have in my life today. Yeah.
Don't forget where you came from, or you'll get sent right back.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm good.
Get sent right back.
Yeah. But I have compassion and love for anybody that is in that moment or has been in that moment, you know? I'm not judging anybody.
No, you're not a judgy person at all.
Not at all.
At all. How do you relate to this company, Unfkd?
Basically, since the second I came out of the womb, I felt like I was fucked. Like, honestly, like, I was born into an entire family of mental illness, drug addiction, alcoholism, unstable, just living situations. And it was either, you know, stay with that or choose a different path. And I stuck with it for a while. I felt like I needed to have that experience to know that there is a better way. And so it makes me very, very grateful for the choice that I have today, the choice that I've made today to not live like that anymore. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I love everybody that's still in that situation, that's related to me, not related to me. And I will never forget them or where I came from with them. And I honestly feel like it's made me a stronger person today. But yeah, like, I get to wake up in Southern California and go to bed and look at these beautiful sunsets, you know? Like, I get to, be a mom to my children. I get to be a badass wife to my husband. I get to be an amazing friend to people like you, you know? And I, like, every day I wake up, I am unfucked. I'm living in Southern California, in San Clemente, and I come from living in a trailer park in fucking Washington State. Sorry, I'm not supposed to, I don't know if I'm supposed to swear, whatever. But yeah, like, I mean, jails, institutions, that was my life. Now, OC chick. Now I'm unfucked. Yeah.
Do you have a message or something you want to share with other people that are currently or may have struggled with some of the things you have?
Basically, if you don't give up on yourself, then nobody else will give up on you. You know, like, you gotta everybody wants to give you a chance, but you're not gonna get that chance unless you give yourself the chance first. And I feel like that's what really clicked with me. Like, all these people wanted everything so good for me for so long, but I wasn't allowing it because I wasn't giving myself that chance. And I just decided one day, like, all right, I guess you're gonna get this chance. Take it.
That you're worth it.
Yeah, you're worth it. And yeah, I'm Kaysha, and I am unfucked.